What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video, reacting to the first guitar effects ever by JHS Pedals. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to the first guitar effects ever by JHS Pedals. As always, if you've not already subscribed to JHS Pedals, go ahead and give them a sub right now, please. And also, I've included the link for the original video in the description below. Go ahead and click on that and give that a like as well. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to hear me react to next. And let's get to it.
In 1931, the electric guitar is finally electrified, and today I'm going to show you the very first effects that were ever used on it and why those are still some of the best. Undoubtedly, the very first electric guitar effect was when a guitarist turned up his amp a little too loud and he heard the beautiful sound of overdrive. We hear this first recorded in 1945 on a Bob Willis and the Playboys record, later by artists like Ike Turner on Rocket 88, and even in the early 50s with a guy named Link Wray. Little did these guys know that thousands of guitar overdrive pedals would be made to create the sound that they achieved by turning just one knob.
That's a nice 335.
In 1946, the DeArmond Company of Toledo, Ohio releases the first ever standalone guitar effects unit. It's not a pedal, but it is a box, and you put the box on your amp and it gives you tremolo, the DeArmond tremolo control. Inside of it is a canister filled with fluid, and as it moves around, it shorts out your signal and gives you the tremolo effect. It wasn't popular though at first until 1955 when Bo Diddley releases his smash.
I thought he said first multi-effects pedal, and all that I heard him say was that it had tremolo in it. I am not familiar with this. Leave a comment down below if you can help, ease my confusion on this.
Hit Bo Diddley. In 1961, Leo Fender takes Hammond organ's reverb circuit and places it in a box that goes on top of the guitarist amplifier. From that moment on, reverb becomes
first distortion, then reverb. Yeah, those are two of the, well, you got to have some reverb and you got to have some distortion. Sometimes a little delay. Maybe a little bit of some modulation, whatever you like to. A little bit. It's a little bit. Those were the big ones, though, and still are.
It was one of the most popular effects in the universe.
Ooh, P90s with a Bigsby on a
In
ball.
1951, a motorcycle mechanic named Paul Bigsby was challenged by his well-known guitarist friend Merle Travis to create a vibrato system for the guitar that actually worked. He did so, and it's called the Bigsby.
That's considered to be an effect? Okay. I've always said this about whammy bars, tremolos, Floyds, and wah-wah pedals. To me, those aren't effects. Those are extensions of the instrument. Even like a wah-wah pedal. You're playing the wah-wah pedal manually. You're playing that foot, you're playing it. Same idea with a Bigsby or a Fender style trim or a Floyd. You're actually manually doing it. To me, an effect is like a stomp box, like delay, hit the button, it does its thing. You just hit a button and let it go. Same idea as distortion. You know what I mean? You hit a button, you let it go. You know, chorus, you hit a button, you let it go. To me, this is absolutely an extension of the instrument, if you ask me, not really an effect. It's a guitar accessory as opposed to an effect. But that's just by my own definition and the way I see it. They're awesome, though.
In 1961, Market Electronics of Cleveland, Ohio gives us the EP1 tape Echo. As early as 1951, Les Paul had been chaining together tape machines to create the delay effect found in this unit. Later on, you see the EP2 and EP3 with a Maestro brand name because that was the distributor at the time. All that said, it's one of my favorite effects.
He loves his pedals.
In a 1960 Nashville recording session of Marty Robbins' Don't Worry, the mixer channel on the bass guitar messes up and creates the fuzz effect. They keep it on the record, and 2 years later, Gibson releases the Maestro fuzz tone to replicate that sound. It's a big deal because it's the first ever guitar pedal, and it influenced the entire British invasion and pretty much all of rock and roll after the Rolling Stones made it popular on the song Satisfaction.
Yeah. And that is an actual 60s style pedal. If I know him, yeah, he doesn't mess around.
In 1965, just 3 years after the first ever fuzz pedal, the Maestro Fuzz Tone, we see the second fuzz pedal, the Tone Bender, pop onto the market
That's
in London. Basically, the Maestro's...
That is basically a weapon. You're loading out your gear through a back alley after the gig late at night. Somebody gives you a hard time. Just bash them with that. You're good. Jesus, look at that thing, man.
brought to Macari's in Soho. It's modified into this circuit, and the company Sola Sound is born, and guitar is even more changed by the sound of fuzz. Players like Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and Jimmy Page make this a household name.
That's actually accurate for that time period of Zeppelin. Most people don't remember on the first Zeppelin album and on most of that stuff, he wasn't playing Les Pauls yet. Page was playing Tellys. Almost all of Zeppelin 1 was recorded on a telly. You see the video of them doing the live version of Dazed and Confused. He's playing a telly.
In 1966, John E. Dallas & Sons, later known as Dallas Arbiter, who brings us to Fuzzface, release the Dallas Rangemaster Treble Booster. This is massively important because guys like Brian May, Eric Clapton, Rory Gallagher, and even the beginnings of metal like Black Sabbath would not sound the same if not for this small box.
Now we're getting into more high gain territory.
In 1967, Vox releases the Clyde McCoy wah-wah pedal.
Nice.
Clyde McCoy was a trumpet player, and they thought, we'll put his face on the bottom and sell these to...
On guitar, there's a few essential. I'm not a huge effect guy. I want my clean tone, my high gain tone. I want a wah. I have an always on reverb and sometimes a little delay and a little bit of tremolo. That's it. But a wah, again, like I was saying about the Bigsby tremolos and all those other sort of things. It's an effect, but not really. Again, you're manually playing it. I'm more of a crybaby guy myself, but yeah, no, still all good. A wah is a wah.
to trumpet players. That didn't really work out so well. But when Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix start using it, it works out just fine for us guitar players. In 1968, we are given Univibe. A Japanese engineer wants to recreate the sound of radio waves bouncing off the atmosphere as he heard them as a child. The result is the swishing, swooshing, phase modulation vibrato effect that a lot of us love now, but few understood at the time. Another big thanks to Jimi Hendrix on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm using that 66 fuzz bass in this song.
Oh, yeah. Now that's tone, baby. That's the tone.
These first effects lay the foundation for everything we love about the electric guitar. There have been thousands and thousands of pedals made, and even people like myself.
And he has most of them. Look at this nut job. This absolute maniac. I'm just kidding. He's great. You know, like, come on. Hey, if you can, you can. Absolutely.
Keep designing new ones. But at the end of the day, we all reach back to these first sounds because they're some of the best.
They're
Now, let's
iconic.
be honest. If these hadn't been made, trumpets would have taken over music and the world. And we don't want that. Because nobody wants to hear that much ska. Today's record time is brought to you by Howlin' Wolf, Moanin' in the Moonlight. There's a track on here called how many more years, originally released in 1951, and people like T-Bone Burnett and many others consider it to be the first ever rock and roll song. This album was recorded in Memphis Recording Service, which later became Sun Recording Studios, that is epically famous, and it is a history lesson on the evolution of turning up your amp and creating distortion. You got to hear that track, and you need to check this entire album out. In the comments below, tell me about your favorite very, very early distorted guitar tones. Let's make a rule. Let's say 1945 to 1955. Put them in the comments. I'd love to check them out. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. In the comments below, I'd love to know what your favorite first effect that I played today was. And also tell me which of these effects you think impacted electric guitar the most and music in general the most. If you like this episode, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notifications of future episodes. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful morning, a wonderful night, a wonderful week. Just have a good old time wherever you are. Bye-bye.
All right, that was reacting to the first guitar effects ever by JHS Pedals. As always, if you've not already subscribed to JHS Pedals, go ahead and give them a sub now. I've included the link for the original video in the description below. Go ahead and click on that and give that a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me reacting to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.